we just have to be a bit more patient and
Good
try
luck
and
with that.
enjoy what we can. Yeah, yeah, I know, but there we are. There we are. Too many idiots around, so what can you do?
So Lee,
So
you wanted
the
to talk about Sonny being missing.
Yeah, I think that really has impacted the team. I thought that did impact the team there, but just the point I was kind of making really was about Son. You know, how much do you think he does influence the team? What's his value to the team overall? Do you think?
What, in terms of playing football in the dressing room, just being around, you mean?
On the pitch, you know,
On
is
the
our
pitch.
style now? Are we basically aiming to be a counter-attack team, and Sonny's the linchpin of that? Is he the most important player, do you think, for us at the moment, even more so than Kane, maybe?
I wouldn't say he's the most important. I mean, he's a brilliant finisher, but I don't think he's an influencer on the pitch because he
He's not important to our
like.
style of play.
I think he's important to our style of play, but then I think Steven Bergwijn's important to our style of play, and so is Lucas, because they're fast runners with the ball. They're great on the counter. And this is another just side issue. I don't know why people don't like counter-attack football. For some reason, they've got it in their heads that counter-attack football is negative, and it really isn't. It's so, you know, I mean, you can complain about tick-attack of football where you're just passing it around all the time and going nowhere. So, but in terms of Sonny, I think he's one of those players. When he's on form, he's just a joy to watch, isn't he? He's like, you know, poetry on a pitch.
I think I mean, I've got no problem counter-attacking football. I mean, he won Leicester the league, and he's won, you know, a lot for many sides over the years. But I do personally think that Sonny is instrumental at the moment for that style of play. You know, the way that he runs at players and the way that we can quickly get it to him and turns our, you know, a defense into attack. I think it's he's actually vital, more so than most of. I mean, we've looked at times when Kane's not been there, equally potent without him because Son's play. So I think he's a vastly underrated player, I think.
No, I just don't think he is more influential than some of the other players, but he is influential. I just think he's, you know, if you give him that position on the left-hand side of the box, you know he's probably going to get a shot on target and probably score. He's that good. But if he gets stuck out wide or just doesn't get into the game, he can be completely anonymous in a game. So you've got to, you know, Lucas will probably try more in a game to do more with the ball and come deep and carry it more than Sonny ever will.
But I mean, I suppose so can anyone. I mean, I've seen Lucas being anonymous. I've seen, Sunday Kane was anonymous, you know. So, but I think overall, I think he is influential to our style of play at the moment. So,
is that not just due to where he's playing? I mean, that's I think what Andy's saying. If you think about Sonny, where Sonny's playing, well, where he has been playing, he was playing, you know, through the centre and was integral to it. But last season under Mourinho, that was Kane. You know, all the counter-attacking football was coming and triggered by Kane last season. You know, and he, you know, that where he wasn't in the side, but we're still kind of counter-attacking, but that was coming through Son. You know, so it just indicates that actually the way the team is set up to counter-attack based on that forward player playing in the number 9 and having runners off of him in behind, you know. And
do we think that's our long-term strategy, to play the counter-attacking game, or is that just a kind of where we're at the moment?
I think that's I'd say it's a short to medium term strategy based on the players that we've got, you know, the attribute, like the skills of the players that we've got, the pace that we can. It's about transition, you know, and that's where Andy's saying that there's nothing wrong with counter-attacking football, but it's about that transition. We've got players that can make the most of the fact that the opposition are out of balance and we can counter on them, and we can break in behind with pace, and with accuracy and with purpose to really harm the other team with the players that we've got.
It's what
not many other teams can do that. Exactly.
Liverpool do it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And Liverpool probably go a lot longer than us, quite a lot actually, in the build-up. If they're not transitioning, if you watch their play, they'll go front to back really quickly. So they'll go from they'll miss out the midfield, and it's only in transition that they'll play through the midfield and try and counter. So I'm surprised they don't get a lot more shit.
Yeah, I know.
They seem to style of play because they do go long quite a lot. It's interesting to watch when if you actually take time to watch it.
Yeah. But no, I mean, just going back to the game, Kane was just so anonymous during that game, and I know you can say, well, he's a forward, didn't get the service, got isolated. But last season, he was coming a lot deeper. So unless Nuno was saying to him, look, just want you to stay up there, stretch their defence as much as you can, push them back. But,
or as Twitter's done, extrapolated from that actually he doesn't want to play for us anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
I was just about to say, just to add to that, he's on Facebook, okay, on his Facebook page. He's just put up a cover. Is it the cover picture, the one that goes at the back? I can't remember. I think it's the cover picture or whatever that goes at the back. And he's got a picture, 2 pictures of himself. Okay. So one of them is him in Tottenham, in his Tottenham shirt. And the other one is him in his England shirt. Right. But there's one of them that's the full, you can see him in his full glory. And the other one is like in the shirt. And the other one is kind of partly obscured. So which way around do you think it would be? It is. Sorry, which way around?
The obscured one is the Tottenham one.
It is, yeah. And that just went up I think it was updated about, when I looked earlier, so that was about 7 I looked, and it'd been updated about 3 hours before. So about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's kind of like, okay, I still play for Tottenham. I have to give acknowledgement that I play for Tottenham, but I've got to, of the teams that I'm playing for, this is my focus. England is what I'm about at the moment, and I haven't looked at the comments, but
the thing is, though, there were comments I know what you're doing. You're trying to brew a conspiracy theory out of that.
No, would I?
But if he was trying to do that, why would he do it? I mean, I'm not saying he's not doing it, because he's done some crazy shit over the summer. So maybe he is doing it, but like Charlie says, Harry, obscure the Tottenham picture and keep the England one nice and clear, because that'll show them. That'll learn them, won't it?
Yeah, blur out the chicken badge.
There was no chicken badge on. No chicken badge on view, mate. I can promise you that. Just the red of AIA. So, anyway, so where to now? So we're fairly well into the show. I've got an on this day for you for today. So it was on this day in 2017 we played Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League at Wembley, 1-3-1. 2 goals from Kane and a goal from Sonny.
Performance.
Were you there? I was there, but I wasn't sat in my normal
I wasn't
seat.
there. I didn't get to go to that one. But
it was, atmosphere was fantastic. Really, really good. I was discussing it with Tyrone earlier, and I'm pretty sure I couldn't remember if they were sat next to us or in front of us, but there were a couple of Dortmund fans in the Tottenham end that were giving it large before the game, and then when Dortmund equalised, they were giving it equally large. So they really, when we got the second goal, they got, I think if I remember rightly, they got a lot of abuse.
Shit.
But I don't know if you watched they showed some of the game today, and I think I had a quick look at the game, and Aubameyang scores a goal, for them, and like it got ruled out for offside, and like that would have made it 2-2. And if VAR had been in place, it would not have been ruled out because he was so far onside. It was absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, we got lucky. We got lucky, but and then it was a great performance overall. And, to take that win was good. So happy with that.
I do not miss that trip to Wembley though.
No, I don't. Actually, it was getting out of Wembley was the worst. Yeah,
we found a route round it, but it still
still crap, wasn't it? Yeah. I used to actually wait a bit. I just used to go and get a beer and just wait.
And there's no decent pubs around that area, right?
No. It's just horrible
crap.
Yeah, really bad design. I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
They certainly weren't thinking about you, were they, Andy?
No, and I'm surprised, really.
Yes. Okay, so couple of matches coming up this week. Start off, we have. We can combine the two things in together actually. So, couple of matches coming up. First match we've got is Rennes away.
Yeah.
In the Europa Conference League. So.
Johnson's Trophy.
How are we feeling about that game? Do you think? What are your predictions for that? I will start with the very disparaging Andy.
It's a tough one really because we're so depleted in defence with players out and what have you. I guess we're going to have to play Tanganga and maybe Roden in defence, in central defence with maybe Doherty and Davis on the other sides. Galini being goal. I think we might see Tanguy have his first start this season, actually.
Is he back? Is he in the squad for the group stage? Is he now in the squad for the group stage?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay.
I think Winks will play. I think we might see Kane start that game as well, with Gill and Lucas. So fairly strong side that's going to go out there, and I think we've got to buck our ideas up. We can't do what we did when we went over to Pacos and just faffed around because Rennes will be right up for it, and I think it's going to be a tough game. Really hard for us to pull something out, but I think we need a tough game to get going again.
Are you going to give us a score?
I think we're going to 2-1 win. Away goals don't rule now either, do they? So
it's just a group. It's a group stage, so it doesn't. It's just 3 points, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Lee.
I largely agree with you there, Andy, but I think I'm just hoping that Rennes don't give me indigestion. That this lot, after me saying that we were going to pump Paco Rabanne, which we never did, I'm a bit reticent to say we do the same with these. I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's 1-1 or 2-1 us. I'll go 1-1.
Yeah, you're probably right. Actually,
yeah.
It's going to be a turgid game. You just know it's going to be one of those European turgid games.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So, it's interesting that you. Before I give my prediction, it's interesting that you referred to it as the Johnson's Paint Trophy, because qualification for that has elevated Spurs in the UEFA rankings above Arsenal for the first time since the inception of the Premier League. So, I mean, I think I spoke about this probably a few weeks back in terms of, how we downplay and denigrate some of these European, these competitions as being inferior. And, I think it's it's beholden on